It's getting way too serious in here, so I thought I'd lighten the mood for today's video. Earlier I was watching an Amazing Atheist video on the psychic Sally Morgan. Now, I know what some of you are going to say, it's actually not all that funny. Sometimes these people really do hurt people. I can think of the most obvious case for me is Sylvia Browne, when she told the mother of one of 3 kidnapped girls that her daughter had in fact died. I'm not sure if this was the one where she said, you know, she's in water. I hate it when they're in water, which sends chills down my spine. And the girl actually had not been killed. She was alive, and the mother essentially died of a broken heart. So I understand that. But this is something a little bit different. The Amazing Atheist told of this Sally Morgan and how she, in her events, she likes to have people bring pictures of their deceased loved ones, and she'll, you know, whatever, touch the picture and, oh, I'm in communication with their spirit, they're here, that sort of thing. And somebody in the audience, according to the Amazing Atheist, didn't really understand how it works, and they brought a picture of someone who's still alive. And oh, she's connecting with the spirit. You know, you can guess the rest. It's kind of ridiculous, and obviously, I don't know if there's such a thing as any kind of psychic ability. I've never had it demonstrated to me. I would suggest that if there was, people would, you know, hopefully some altruism would kick in and they wouldn't charge like $200 an hour for a phone interview and things like that. That's kind of a telltale that it's a scam. And also when they have earpieces in their ears, that's a good scam. That's a good indication of a scam as well. But what I was thinking of was, as TJ was recounting how they do this, that they're essentially good guessers. They've learned the questions to guess. They're kind of relying on the people that come to them and their desire to connect, to gloss over the parts that they get very, very wrong. And it reminded me of an episode of the Trailer Park Boys. So for those of you who are not from Canada, I'm gonna introduce you to a little bit of Canadiana here, although there might be many of my fellow countrymen who would say that the Trailer Park Boys are not good ambassadors for Canada, but it's a television show here in Eastern Canada, or it's in Eastern Canada. I'm in Western Canada. And it's set around a bunch of guys who live in a trailer park, and they grow marijuana and sell it, and they're always drinking beer. The one guy's always got a hard drink in his hand, rum and Coke or something, always. He never leaves home without it. And it's just sort of their antics and how they live these very, very base lives. And it's kind of a good escape. It's kind of humorous. And actually, for many of us, we've actually known characters like these guys. So in this particular episode of the Trailer Park Boys, they employ a similar tactic to that of the psychics. And that is to throw some information out there and see what sticks. In this case, they would say something like, you know, maybe they are in a touchy situation and things are tense, and then they would look at the other person and say, hey, you know Jim, or Jim knows you? And they might get a response like, what, you mean my brother Jim? Well, I didn't know he was your brother. How you doing? How is he anyway? And then, of course, you've successfully bridged a gap there, and you've eased the tension in the room, etc., etc. And of course, this is quite similar to the tactic that the psychics use, and I found it quite humorous to think of the Trailer Park Boys as psychics. So I'm going to play the clip for you now, and thanks as always for watching.
Swallow the ring, here, take this. Fuck. Swallow the ring.
Fucking pull us over, man.
Swallow that ring.
Fucked, dumbass.
Get us out of this.
Just don't fucking say a word. Let me do the talking, man. I'm not fucking going back to jail, you idiot. I got a ring stuck in my throat. Fuck.
Gentlemen,
how's it
driver's
going?
license registration, please.
This isn't our car, and I got checked in here. I don't
You got
see
no
any...
registration, no,
oh,
no nothing?
We have
Out
it.
of the car, guys.
For fuck's sakes.
Out of the car. Okay, guys. What's your first name, bud?
Randy.
Randy who?
Randy Leahy.
Randy Leahy. Yeah.
You look familiar. I know you from somewhere, too. You know Jim, or Jim knows you, or something like that?
Oh, the whole Jim trick. Yeah, like everybody knows someone named Jim, right? So when he gets in shit for something, he just like throws the name Jim out there, and he figures someone will pick up on it, gives him an in, and then he's home free.
Jim really well, don't you, or something? Or Jim knows you?
Jim,
or...
my father, Jim, you mean?
Oh, he's your father, man. I didn't know that. Yeah, he mentioned he had a son on the force. That's right.
Is that right?
Yeah,
You know the old man, yeah?
Him and my dad go way back. Yeah.
Small world. You guys know
Yeah,
the old
sure
man?
is for sure. Yeah. So, it's a story about the trike we had. We bought it
Yeah,
for my daughter
well,
for her
sorry
birthday.
about the hassle, but I mean,
Yeah,
you know,
no, I
like I
understand.
say, I'm, you know, I gotta check and make sure you guys do have paperwork for this vehicle and all that.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, definitely.
Right. I guess everything's okay here. I'll take that tricycle with me. You guys
If you could take that, that'd be great.
Yeah, you guys can go on your way.
Great. You don't
All
have
right.
any smokes, do you?
Smokes? Yeah, actually, I got one in my visor there if you want one.
Yeah, cool. Right on.
There you go. Right on.
Okay.
Okay, guys.
Well, nice seeing you.
Anyway,
and,
slow her down. You guys were going a little fast back there too, so just slow her down and be careful, eh?
I was watching an Amazing Atheist video today, and he was talking about the psychic Sally Brown. No. So sometimes these people do really hurt people. I'm reminded of Sylvia fucking Brown. And where am I even going? Ah. So in this particular episode of the Trailer Park Boys, they employ a similar tactic that many of these psychics use.